Look, I understand what you're saying, Your Highness, but respectfully, I just disagree. Well, what is boring and disappointing about only signing a backup right back this summer? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 10, the beginning of Season 10 today, Episode 1, and we have a tough start to the Premiership season against Celtic, and then it is the first leg of our Champions League third qualifying round tie against PSV. But the big news is, and it might be behind my head here, but I am officially a legend of the club. It only took 10 years we've got there, and unfortunately, there's nobody else at all in the legends or icons that is sort of one of our players. The only two there, Walker and Ong, are their favourite personnel. So I don't know what they've got to do to get, we just no love. What is obviously the best team in Queen of the South's history, and there is absolutely no love for us whatsoever. But let's have a quick look at where we are as a club here. We are predicted to finish second. Professional team. We are still a 3.5 rated club, a determined squad personality. We're in the Champions League. Walker is continuing as club captain, and Bermudez is vice captain. Ayrton is our key player, and our hot prospect is Marco Diaz. I'm expecting a much bigger things from him this season. If we go and have a look at the facilities, you can see we have got the expanded stadium, but we are still searching for a site to get a much bigger and better stadium, up to 23,000 almost. We have state-of-the-art training facilities, superb youth facilities, which we've got to look to upgrade actually, and everything else there is exceptional in terms of youth coaching and recruitment. So we're in a good place. We also have a few affiliate clubs. Most of these are they're either to try and get the financial benefits, a merchandising kind of thing overseas, or there's a couple there where we're trying to get youth players into our system, which has had limited success so far. I think we could just about agree. Now, if we go and have a look at what's expected from us this season, we are expected to qualify for the Champions League, so that means a top 2 finish in the league. We're expected to reach the group stage of the Champions League, so it's really the first time we've had any sort of pressure on us in the Champions League, and then reach the final of the 2 cups. We are, of course, the defending champions of the Betfred, though our second round tie, not the easiest, away to Hearts, who are a decent, top half Premiership team. Now, the Scottish Premiership itself, if we go and have a look at the pre-season preview, it is Ross County that are the favourites to win the league. We are down in 4th, according to the bookies. Now, if we have a look here, I've brought up so we can see the transfers that have come in for Ross County. And, I mean, this guy looks like a decent fullback, but he's only on loan from Spurs, 15 grand a week. I don't know if there's a loan fee there. The other two, they signed a goalkeeper from Hamilton, who I was looking at, if I'm honest, when they got relegated. I was looking at him as sort of a backup, second, third choice option. But I don't think he was worth what they paid for him. What's his wages? There's a 4 grand a week isn't bad. And the other one they got in from Spurs is this guy, Lucas Smith. Now, we can't see too much of him, but you can see that our scouts, from the little bit that they know, say he'd be a useful signing, nothing more. And they've got him on 16 grand a week as a squad player. So I don't really understand why they are favourites to win the league. If I'm honest, they've never made the top half of the league before. They've never been the top half after the split, so it's difficult to know exactly what to make of them. And their manager, of course, as a reminder, is Danny Ings, who is, I mean, he's only got a Continental C licence, so he could end up being quite good. But for a team that is favourite to win the league, I mean, you just don't see Danny Ings being the man to get them there. So yeah, it's a strange one. All very, very strange indeed. The Dream 11, we have a few players in there. Bursic as the goalkeeper, Hansen and Ayrton as the wingers, and Alvarez in midfield there. If we look at the key players going through the league, you can see Ayrton and Hansen, our 2 fullbacks, are right up there. And they'll be important players for us, providing us with the width. But again, you can see Ross County's key players, they're sort of, I mean, Aberdeen has someone above them. So it's just very strange why everybody in terms of the game and pre-season predictions thinks that they're going to do well, and they just never have as of yet. So yeah, time will tell on that front. Maybe they'll prove me wrong this season. But let's go and have a look at the opening day fixtures. We are at home to Celtic, Ross County away to Hearts. So maybe we'll get a rough idea of how they're going to do from that one. And Rangers at home to Livingston. So that's sort of all the predicted big hitters there. We're expecting a more defensive 4-3-3 from the defending champion Celtic. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, we do have a big game against PSV, but I was sending out what I think is our best team in this one. I'm looking at the heavy match loads, though, from pre-season, and I'm thinking maybe we might be better off making 1 or 2 changes here and not having those guys starting this one. Mashagi should be fine. Leshy, yeah, and Ayrton kind of needs to play this one for us. So it's going to be Bursik in goal. It's Hansen, Toro, Leshy, and Ayrton as the back 4. We should have a look at everybody's attributes here. So there's Bursik, our goalkeeper. Was at the World Cup with England, of course, in the summer. Hansen is our left back, and he is a very good left back indeed. Toro came in last season, a wonder kid. Hopefully he lives up to predictions. We've got Leshy, who is a good player for us as well as Ayrton, who, of course, I mean, any game now could be his final game for us. We've had big bids and bids from Manchester City coming in, but for now he's happy. So Bayless is going to play on the right-hand side of midfield, Mashagi as the holder, and then Alvarez, who was at the World Cup, best young player at the World Cup for Mexico, well, overall, but he was playing there with Mexico. He's going to go on the left-hand side of our midfield. Bermudez will be the number 10. He's been a very good player for us. We have had the promise, of course, if you watched last episode's summer transfer special, if a bid of 14.5 million comes in for him, we'll need to sell him, but nothing's coming close to that yet. And the 2 strikers to start this one will be Johnny Angus along with Celino. Both of those guys, well, they didn't actually win the Golden Boot last season, but they were very, very close because they all had 19 goals, along with the Golden Boot winner, who was not on the bench, actually, because Diaz is, but it was Eddie Johnson, of course. And of course, as I say that, it's very rough to win the Golden Boot and not even be on the bench for the first game of the next season. But we can see the teams there. It doesn't look like Celtic's done too much business as of yet. That looks a very familiar starting 11. Even the bench looks a little bit familiar for us. Let's say we have some fun today. Let's go with that. I mean, we are at home, so in theory, it's a game that we should win. We want to win. But you do wonder a little bit if it's a game that, you know, if we get out of here with a draw, then that's not the worst thing that could happen to us. So, same manager for them as of last season, as you would imagine. The only way he would leave is if he got poached away, which he did not. So, yeah, I mean, it's Scotland's 2 Champions League representatives going head-to-head. It's the second time, because we had Rangers, didn't we, first game last season, and they were defending champions at the time. So they certainly don't like to make opening day of the season easy for us, but we managed to beat Rangers. Let's hope we can do something similar here to Celtic. Rangers, speaking of the devil, has taken the lead against Livingston, but you would possibly be expecting that. And there's not too much happening here for us as Rangers get a second. We are expecting Celtic to be a gegenpress side. Now, the issue, of course, first game of the season is that it's difficult to know exactly. St Mirren, newly promoted, 2-0 up against their promotion team there. And we've got a highlight here. But yeah, it's difficult to know first game of the season if that is actually how they're going to play or if that's something they were maybe just trying in pre-season. Celino, he's learned how to mark his man in the off-season. Excellent work, Louis. Unfortunately, we've given the ball straight back to Celtic, but let's focus on the positives there. And this is becoming a very long old highlight. And you start to worry a little bit where this is going to go, given that Celtic have the ball. Ali Spence, oh. Still, Celtic have the ball, but thankfully the highlight comes to an end. And I'm wondering if we go back to how we would more typically play. I found if I'm playing against the gegenpress side, it helps just to get the ball out wide quickly, because obviously they're trying to press. But I suspect that's not really working. Jesus, we love a pass in their own 18-yard box, don't we? Yeah, I suspect that there might be a case of that's not quite either it's not working because we haven't had an attacking highlight yet, and it may be that Celtic isn't actually gegenpressing against us. That might be something they do against a lesser team. Looking for Hansen, can't quite find him. And here comes Celtic, and are we going to get sucker punched here, having, for a moment, looked as though we might be in for an attack on their goal. Ball over the top. Spencer's quick. Toro is there. So is Hansen. Oh, you'd be annoyed if that went in. And it's a save from Bursik. Well, what a save that is. As we are about to enter a minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Bayless heads it clear. Mashagi goes to close down and does just that. Let's just give it a focus. We just need to get the half time here, guys. And we have. So scoreless it is, though Celtic have definitely had the better of that. And if we're honest, we have Bursik to thank for being level. So you're doing well. Keep working hard to full time. That has inspired. So I'll keep my mouth shut and send them back out there so I don't say something stupid. And hopefully we get a little bit more from us in this second half. Bermudez isn't having the greatest game of his career. And we've got a corner. Alvarez to deliver. It's towards Toro, but it's headed away. Toro actually got a hat-trick in one of the pre-season friendlies. So, yeah, he does know where the back of the net is. Hopefully he can do it in a competitive game for us as well. Ayrton. Oh, it's a good ball for Hansen. Can Hansen whip across it? Johnny Angus is there. It's towards him. It's there. Oh, Johnny Angus. It was a terrible mistake from Reece Oxford in the heart of the Celtic defence. But that is not our problem because it fell beautifully for Angus. And to be honest, he's done well to keep his eye on that because you would fully expect that ball to be being headed away. It wasn't. And it's just a little side foot into the back of the net and we're 1-0 up. That is more like it. Let's give them some praise. I've just frustrated them by praising them. Maybe it should have been a demand more shout. Bermudez still not having a fantastic game. And I wonder if we just look to make the change for Santos. All right, so let's try that demand more. And that has worked a little bit, perhaps. Let's get Diaz on for Celino, who's not having a great game up there. Ayrton only playing a 6.4, but we don't really have a right back. You'll forgive me for just trusting Ayrton to just play well. Hopefully this isn't the first sign of things going a little bit wrong, as we've got Santos over a free kick. It's a camera save by their goalkeeper, and where does this highlight go? It is the 87th minute. What we don't want to do, as Leshy does well, he's also playing Ayrton's position there, it looks like. Yeah, what we don't want to do is do something silly here. Angus can't quite get the knockdown there for Diaz. Ayrton is a long way from home. And Celtic are looking good coming forward here. Don't give away the penalty. Cross comes in. Oh, was that a head back by Leshy or was it a missed head up by the attacker? We go into stoppage time. Goalkeeper is a long way from home. Can we nick that? Not quite. Leshy again. We're putting pressure on them, but I'm not sure we're doing it in the right way. We seem to be all at sea. Hansen heads that clear. Can Santos get to it? No. And we have conceded a 90th minute equaliser. And you look at our defensive shape there. And, well, you kind of think it's not surprising. We might need to work on that a little bit in training. It's a decent finish. Maybe Bursik wasn't sighted. It looked like something he could have got himself to. Now, are we looking at an offside here? So he's on at the time the ball is played, and that's just all a little bit annoying, isn't it? We'll give them a demand more, and it looks as though it is going to be a 1-1 tie in the end. It's not disastrous, but it certainly feels like a game at 1-0 up we probably should have won. So there we go. We can see the other results. Rangers and, they've won. Ross County have dropped points, and it looks like they were lucky to get one 92nd minute goal for them. But yeah, that's a frustrating one. I was just about to go and start closing the game down when that happened. And yeah, as Angus is being looked at, and I suspect Reece Oxford didn't do himself any benefit to his chances of getting called up to the Jamaican squad. I thought he was capped by England. Obviously not. Anyway, wait right there, guys. Champions League is back. We go to PSV next. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to face PSV, and we have a problem in that, the Alvarez secret appears to be out. City have come in, as have Gladbach, £24 million bid. He wasn't happy that we rejected a bid from City, but Andrew Walker was able to talk him down. So a little bit like he did with Ayrton, convincing him that Queen of the South is better than Manchester City. So for that alone, I think Andrew Walker deserves to be player of the season. A little bit of news on the Celtic front as well. That is that they have sold Kerr Smith to Chelsea. So it's a little bit annoying. I did that the week after a couple of days after we played them. But anyway, he's off to Chelsea, and we'll see how Celtic spend that money if indeed they do at all. Although being in the Champions League, you'd imagine that they will have that money to spend. All right, let's have a look at what we're doing here against PSV. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is the team that we are sending out. Now, I'm trying to send out a strong side here. The issue that we maybe have a little bit is tied legs, and we saw last game that didn't always help us. But anyway, so it's going to be Bursic in goal. It's going to be Muros making a debut at left back. So hopefully he does well for us. What I'm cautious of is having our fullbacks, although he's only light game load. Let's away from home. What I'm cautious of is our fullbacks get through a lot of work, so I don't want to tire them out too early in the year. It's going to be Baba Adu playing centre back for this one. He's going to be next to captain Andrew Walker. And a debut for Amoroso, our new right back, or backup right back for this one. Bruno is going to go in and play on the right side of midfield. Irving will be the deep-lying playmaker, and it will be Alvarez continuing on that left-hand side. Santos, he'll be the number 10 for this one. It'll be Johnny Angus, and it will be Diaz getting the start next to him. And hopefully, this is the start of a great season for Marco Diaz. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognize too many names, I don't think, though 10 years in, most of those will possibly be regens at this point. We've got nothing to lose here, show what we're capable of. Do we have nothing to lose here? I mean, all right, we'll go with that. I feel like there is a lot to lose. It's Champions League money, if nothing else. And possibly my job, if we don't make the group stage. So they've come out a little bit differently to what we were expecting, but it doesn't change too much by way of our plans, and I'm not sure actually that I changed how we were playing from the way we were playing against Celtic, so I might just need to double check that and sort of not go back to how we finished the game against Celtic with through the middle and looking for the overlaps. Let's just double check that. Yeah, I didn't change it, so that's fine. We can do that now. No harm, no foul. And hopefully we can get some goals to take back to Scotland with us. Of course, away goals are not a thing, but it would be nice to have a lead when we do get back to Palmerston Park. It does look a little bit like perhaps they are parking the bus on us, and maybe we should have been looking to play at that higher tempo. So this isn't working. So we will go back and do that. There is a chance, of course, that they are very much parking the bus, given how they're set up there. Santos with the corner. It's a decent one to the back post, and it's Andrew Walker, the captain. He's convinced Ayrton to stay. He's convinced Alvarez to stay. And now he's given us the lead in Holland. What a captain he is. Good ball in from Santos, and at the back post, there's Andrew Walker, and there's the lead. Come on, boys. Let's see if we can build off of that now. We've got another attacking highlight. Murosh on debut to Santos. That's not the best ball. Amoroso has done his best, but it was a bit of a hospital pass in truth. And let's see what becomes of this now, as PSV look to play out from the back. There's the long ball forward. Walker is there. Down to Bruno, to Santos, to Alvarez. Can Alvarez thread a pass through? Oh, it is. It's through for Diaz. Can Diaz? He can! And Marco Diaz gets his first of the season, and hopefully that'll be the first of many. We signed him to replace Conan Ong sort of more directly, and hopefully he's going to... Well, Celino as well. We kind of signed them both, hoping one of them would turn out. Celino worked out last year. And, well, that's a very promising start for Diaz for this year. Is that a left foot? No, he's the other way. It must be a right foot finish. So it's 2-0. And that is things you like to see in Europe. If we can get a third, then you start and think that this is maybe job done. But, of course, we were 2-0 up against Valencia last year, weren't we? And the less said about that, the better. Though you suspect that Valencia might be a better team than PSV. We've got defending to do, though, in first half stoppage time. It's a flick on, and we can't get it done. We're in the 3rd minute of 2, which is always annoying, but that's no excuse. You've got to defend properly from a set piece, and we've not done that there. Flick on at the near post. No one's marking them out at the back post. Bruno. And it is 2-1 as we go into half-time, and is anybody else getting slight Valencia flashbacks? Don't get complacent out there. Johnny Angus is looking demotivated. Hopefully we can turn him around with a bit of a fist pump, and we have faith. We can. And we've just got to get back out there now. Baba Adu isn't having a great game. But of course, it's his first sort of major game for the club. Muros with a throw. Finds Santos, who good first touch. I think Diaz is offside, and I think Angus is as well. No, it's going to count. Well, there you go. I thought we were offside twice. Angus may have been behind the ball, but Diaz, first time around, looked offside to me. Let's have another look at it. Throw in there. Santos, that's a wonderful touch to get around the man. Oh, the centre-back's playing him on. And I'm not sure about Angus, if he was behind the ball or not there. But anyway, it counts. That's all that really matters. It's 3-1. And let's see if now we can go on with this a little bit. Alvarez is tied. He was tied coming into it. Let's get Bermudez on for him. On that left-hand side, a left-footed creative player. That looks good to me. Diaz. Back to Bruno. It's fallen for Angus. Johnny Angus. Johnny Angus gets his second. Now it's his third of the season. Third of the season? Oh yeah, he got the third goal, didn't he? Of course it's his third of the season. Second of the game. And at 4-1, we've responded very, very well to conceding on half-time. A little bit of luck here as the defender got a foot into it. But it just served as a through ball. The defender did what Bruno was going to do. And we will continue with that change because I think we need to freshen things up a little bit there. And we'll praise them. And we just need Baba Adu to start playing a little bit better than a 6-3. Muros has looked good at left back, hasn't he? Which is important because he's a young Scottish player. So we want all our signings to work, obviously, but we kind of need that signing to work as Bursik's done well, but he's off his goal line now, and it looks bad for him. I don't know that there's too much more he could have done there. He's come a long way. Could he have left it for Amoroso? Maybe. Bermudez kind of had to win that, didn't he? Irving maybe had to get in front of it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's calamitous defending or if it's just a little bit of bad luck. I think the initial mistake is perhaps a little bit of miscommunication with Amoroso. Now, he doesn't speak English that well yet, so that might explain it. He is obviously on an intensive language course, but he's not quite there yet. So at 4-2, the tie is not done quite yet. Let's see if we can... Oh, don't get back to 4-3. That would be a bit of a disaster. And we might just look to close this game down a little bit more here. Defensively, we are not looking good late in games, are we? Irving on the ball, loses out. That's offside. Surely that's offside, ref. Surely that's offside, linesman. He does have his flag up. I don't know if VAR is going to check it, but it was surely offside. They won the ball back well, but yeah. Striker did. It was a good finish, to be fair. Let's give it a focus. Yeah, it's not been our best defensive effort. A 6-4 from the goalkeeper, a 6-5 for Amoroso, but on debut, I'm willing to overlook that. Baba Adu a 6-4. But if we can get out of here with a 2-goal lead, then we'll only be better for this game, won't we? Can Amoroso win that? He can. Well done, kid. And here we go with Bruno to Angus. Angus looking for Diaz. Diaz is in. Diaz! Oh! He looked quite confident there, didn't he? But that will be that. It's a game that we deserve to win and win well. And like I say, I think we need to do some defensive work in training. But generally speaking, what do we say to that? We'll go with wheat up. But yeah, but generally speaking, that was pretty good. So Queen of the South turned dominance into victory against PSV Eindhoven. Queen of the South debuts for Muros and for Amoroso, the two fullbacks. Classy Angus, 2 goals and an assist. That's a very, very promising start for Johnny Angus, isn't it? And the other thing I forgot to do was goal of the season. So let's have a look at the goal that you voted goal of the season last season. Now we have to go all the way back to episode 1 last season against Hamilton. It was, well, a wonderful bending, curving finish from Bruno. What a strike. But there we go. That is how things stand after the first episode of the season. 1-1 against Celtic. It's okay. It's annoying that we conceded so late. There's definitely defensive work to do to make us better, but promising. I think Angus has got off to a good start. Diaz looked good in front of goal. And I think what we'll do next time is we'll come back for PSV for the second leg. It's not quite done yet, is it? Hopefully we'll blow them away at home. And then we'll either, if we win that, which hopefully we will, we'll have the first leg of the actual playoff. We'll find out who we're playing in that, and then we'll show the first leg of that one as well. Until next time, though, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.